Alright, hello, this is Cthulhu. And we're gonna go over how I managed to get Moby Dick about 2 weeks ago now. Just making sure the fast forward feature's not too high to make it not suck. I'm just taking your standard opening, some cell pets. Looking for triples. Nothing fancy going on in the early game. The only reason that I've managed to get this far in making a video is thanks to a few people. Should probably shout them out now. Troubadour put me up to it in the first place. Nick Resney, Bokenbo, and Not Tom Gum all gave me different advice. Here I pretty much liked my opening shop, so I figured I would just take my level ups now. Gotta love a puppy. Rollaway Monkey is part of the build, and I took like Ogopogo because I was going for Lucky Cat. I figured for an achievement like this, economy was going to be pretty important to get going early. And a pretty buffed up team with a Rollaway Monkey is going to be hard to beat early. I do throw this apple on Ogo. I think that was a mistake, but I wanted his attack to be higher than the Rollaway because he was going to be in front of it for a while. I find another level up in the shop, always good. This run was really fun. It was easier than I expected. I did this, as you saw at the beginning, right after Troubadour's live stream. He did some viewer lobbies with OSSE as the last one. And then my very next game was this. And I got it first shot. So, like, his advice was beyond perfect. Here you could argue that I made a wrong choice. I wanted to get level 2 Galata and feed a bunch of things that I wanted to keep in a couple of turns, so I went ahead and took the Rollaway into Galata there. There's nothing else on my board I would have wanted to clone, and so I figured investing in the future of my run was pretty important. Same reason I wanted economy. Wanted to preserve hearts and yeah, because I might be throwing them away a little later. And here's the Lucky Cat, which is just perfect. So I take that. Now I'm just looking for a gingerbread, and there's the gingerbread. I'd really like to find a Galata level next turn if possible. It's always unfortunate when Rollaway does this. We're fine with losing a little bit. We expected to after taking the double Galata there. I get to rip this level up, which is fantastic because now I've got a monkey. Start scaling this cat because she's going to be most of my economy throughout the game. And she's already leveling, so she's fairly sized. I'm pretty sure I just eat this. No, I lose this one too. That's unfortunate. But now I sell off Ogopogo because I can get Lucky Cat. Then I go ahead and take this crow, sell it. And this was a mistake. I should have just taken the Galata level ahead of time, because then I would have seen the cow and taken that instead. But cow is such a good way to activate Galata, it's not funny. This is a comfortable win now that we've got some more stats on board, and Lucky Cat isn't tiny. She's just about to get bigger because we're throwing lasagna on her, we're selling the sheep, buying a cow, and double feeding Galata. Now, a lot of people might roll for another pet to throw on board instead of the cow to buff, but I wasn't too worried about most of the tier 5s, and yeah. I see Chocolate and Lucky Cat. Now I just need to find one more to get the bonus next turn. And there it is. One more experience in the form of Blobfish. This is a pretty comfortable fight, I think. No, if we go down to 1 here, that's right. Run starts sweating. But I open up into double pill, which is great. I decided to take Flashlight instead because there's only really 2 pets that I care about on the team at the moment. That's Lucky Cat and Rollaway, so I'd rather focus the stats on one of them. Flashlight's a much better way to do that. Roll once and find a cow. Couldn't be happier. Just reposition. Go ahead and buff up the Lucky Cat more. And gotta feed it as much as possible at this point. She is our big hurt pet up front. And we're getting another level up trigger in this turn, which is fantastic. Easy victory. Very comfortable. And here's another cow. So now we're going to stack and buy level 2 cow, but not until after using this chocolate on the monkey. And I find 2 things I'm not particularly interested in taking at the moment. So we're just going to put a mammoth between, let Lucky Cat just be Lucky Cat. And I'm really just looking for a Nessie at this point. More cow will always be taken. Monkey level would be taken. I'm really just looking for Nessie at this point. You know, I'm starting to outscale everybody that I'm running into. Like I said, I'm starting to outscale everybody. And here's a cat. Cat's very good for the build. I'm just gonna go ahead and bring it on board and feed it a little bit now. Hey look, a cat, and a Nessie, and a chocolate. So next turn I'm making some pivots. There's one. Unfortunate, didn't find the pill, but I think you'll find we get a little lucky with that. We go up against a decently sized team here. Was a little more concerned, but yeah, Rollaway is quite good. And there's the lucky pill. So monkey's time to go. Buy sell crow on cat. And then it's time, and it couldn't be better. You get that Quetzalcoatl there. He's gonna be very important to this run as well. Here's the peg leg, and then we just sell off cow, buy this Quetzalcoatl, and that's going to focus our stats. Unfortunately, we do have 3 targets on board for that, so I have to fix that as quickly as possible. You can still hit the Rollaway, you can still hit the cat, but at this point, kind of set on economy. Just need to get Moby to level 3 as fast as possible. Throw some stats on the Rollaway so that way there's no randomness to it, and one roll, get a churro and another cotton candy in the form of a tofu. Churro stops the randomness from the start of battle abilities, which is absolutely perfect. Is now even if Moby has equal or greater attack than the Rollaway, Rollaway's going to trigger first because he has that churro on him. And here's another very comfortable win because Rollaway just makes big stat units with no useful combat abilities into units with useful combat abilities. And now it's time to start throwing stats in the Moby. I don't like skipping the white ochre there, but I really just want to buy chocolate for the most part and stat food. So I do take that, and I want levels, specifically for Lucky Cat and Rollaway. Rollaway just got taken care of. He'll never eat another buff from the Quetzalcoatl, but yeah, the cat still could. And I want all of the experience to go onto the Moby at this point. I do, however, have some more time, because when you unlock the when you buy the peg leg, you have to get to 10 wins now, or to 12 wins, not 10. And here we go. I get a chocolate, which means I don't have to worry about leveling him after this turn, so I can go ahead and buy this melon. I should have thrown that on the cat. I don't know what I was thinking. There's a white ochre for the cat next turn. Also freezing the cotton candy, because after I replace Quetzal with the Bakunawa, I think I'm pretty much smooth sailing. And here we go against a ghost team. Really the only team that could have screwed me up at this point would have been Troubadour's run himself. You see me unfreeze the white ochre, but I still buy it. I don't know why I unfroze it. And now I'll just take any stat food I can to improve my board. I end up taking Eat Me Cake on the cat, and I freeze both of these chocolates for the Bakunawa in case I face Troubadour and somehow draw, but his team was massive. I'm not gonna lie, there was no chance. And here we go, another ghost team. So there's Moby Dick, level 3. It was really beyond simple with the pack that he designed for it. And I thought the Rollaway and the Silky were just an excellent way to make it happen, so I figured I'd try. And you see me scrolling down here at the end. I might make another video from it, but oh yeah, I was just showing his OSSEs.